Hello everyone, today we are going to be discussing and explaining Mephisto, the potential MCU Phase 4 villain and potential villain of WandaVision, and also he might make his way into Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. So today we're going to explain the character, his origins, and get you up to date before his appearance in the MCU. Mephisto's first appearance in Marvel comic books was in the Silver Surfer #3, published in December of 1968, and he was introduced by Stan Lee and John Buscema. He is based off of Mephistocles, a demon character from False Legends. It is important for me to state that Mephisto is not Marvel's version of Satan. He is his own cosmic entity who controls a domain known as Hell, but in order for his character to be approved by the Comic Association in the 1960s, he had to be his own cosmic entity and have no affiliations to any religion or any devil or anything known as hell that would be in our world. So when kids opened up comic books and read about this character, they wouldn't attribute him to the devil and think that they're reading about the devil and be able to attribute any positive aspects to what we know as Satan. He is his own cosmic entity. The author of this issue of the Silver Surfer, Mike Conroy, described Mephisto as the tempter who could offer the endlessly soul-tormented Silver Surfer the world. He tried to trick him into selling his soul to the demon, Mephisto. Even when he dangled Silver Surfer's off-limits long-distance lover in front of him, the Silver Surfer, as always the case with Stanley's heroes, with the goodness and nobility of his soul, his heart, and his passion, he won out. But Mephisto was overly stymied, not defeated, and the pattern was set for multiple Marvel comics to come. Mephisto can be described as an extremely powerful and immortal demonic entity who possesses the abilities of manipulating forces of magic. He can use his power for various uses, which can include superhuman strength, shapeshifting, projecting illusions, manipulating memories, altering time, and he is also highly resistant to injury. Mephisto is known for acquiring souls. He cannot subjugate the will of another human being without their permission, which he usually does through some sort of pact, but he is a keeper of souls and a manipulator of them. Mephisto has been shown to be energized by sources of evil in the human realm. That is why he's a manipulator of souls, because it powers him. Like other demons, he is symbolically linked to and considerably the most powerful within his own realm, which he calls Hell. The character is able to transform his structure at will, so he is able to bend the realities of Hell whenever he wants to. Within it, he has threatened the galaxy, stalemated Galactus, until he threatened to consume his own realm, and if Mephisto's physical form is destroyed, he is able to regenerate and reform in his domain, as he is immortal within it. And now we get to go into the fun part, which we get to talk about some of my favorite evil moments that Mephisto has been able to release his damnation upon during his time in Marvel Comics. He is responsible for so many, and one includes the capture and holding of the soul of Cynthia Von Doom, the mother of Victor Von Doom, Doctor Doom, until Doctor Strange and Doom were able to free and ascend her to heaven. He was jealous of the worship of the fire demons of Zathros, so as he posed himself as Satan to disguise himself in our world, he creates the Ghost Rider by bonding Zathros to Johnny Blaze. Mephisto refers to his domain as Hell, and in so many storylines he's battled Thor and was shown to have various historical villains in his realm, such as Adolf Hitler, Blackbeard, and Attila the Hun, just to name a few. Mephisto claims to have been created along with many other demons by the Supreme Being, whose suicide resulted in the creation of the Marvel Universe, as well as the Infinity Gems, or as we know in the MCU, the Infinity Stones. He has also claimed that his total evil nature is because the Supreme Being did not choose to make him good, as that being had no concept of it. Mephisto has acted as a servant of the Mad Titan Thanos during the War of the Gems, seeking to attain the power for himself. He is also responsible for capturing the souls of many multiple Marvel heroes, such as Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, Franklin Richards, and summoning multiple exorcisms throughout the Fantastic Four team. Mephisto has always been obsessed with having children and being able to release his spawn upon the world and create more destruction. Part of this relates to having his own son Blackheart, who is a demonic entity that plagues many of the Earth's heroes. And to get more into the WandaVision theories, Mephisto is able to manipulate the Sorcerer Master Panidonium into gathering the 5 scattered fragments of his soul that were lost in an ill-fractured encounter with the aforementioned Franklin. When the Scarlet Witch attempts to use her magic to conceive children with her husband, Vision, she unknowingly summons 2 of Pandemonium's soul fragments, which are born as her infant twins Wiccan and Speed. The revelation of her children's origin when it's revealed to her later by Mephisto, followed by the loss when they are reabsorbed into himself, this drives Scarlet Witch insane, and this is something I am very much looking forward to see if they work into the storyline of WandaVision. And now we get to go into some of the truly evil stuff that he has done. There was a time in Marvel Comics where Hawkeye was married to a character known as Mockingbird. She became deceased during a battle, and he went into hell to retrieve his dead wife. And of course, he battled and eventually defeated Mephisto at his own games and was able to basically retcon. After the events of Civil War, there was a very controversial storyline revolving around Mephisto and Spider-Man, and a deal that he made with Spider-Man to either heal Aunt May after her injuries that she suffered during the storyline in exchange for changing the personal timelines of Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson so they never married, claiming he did so only because he hated their happiness. I should add that he has no interest in taking Spider-Man's soul because such a deal would result in him tormenting a soul that is willing to accept the punishment because its sacrifice saved another, a righteousness which disgusted him at the time. He also, at Mary Jane's request, erases all knowledge of Peter's identity during the process, which creates Harry Osborn and brings him back to life. The altercation of this timeline retcons details of Harry's death being faked by his father, and it's up to Doctor Strange to come in and create and fix the timeline where Spider-Man and Mary Jane were together to basically fix the multiverse from collapsing within itself. And now to tell 2 more stories of Mephisto's just absolute evil, we are going to start with the Damnation storyline, where Mephisto finds out that Doctor Strange has restored the lives of the Las Vegas citizens that were killed during the Hydra bombing attacks during the Secret Empire storyline. He orchestrates events that causes demons to bring Doctor Strange to his recently created Hotel Inferno within his domain. Mephisto claims that the remnants of the Las Vegas victims were in his realm before it was restored. Hotel Inferno starts to have an effect on the people of Las Vegas. It has also had an effect on the Black Panther, Captain Marvel, the Falcon, Hawkeye, and Jane Foster's Thor form, where they were all turned into Ghost Rider-like creatures. As Hotel Inferno starts to affect the people of Las Vegas, Doctor Strange fought Mephisto in a game of blackjack. The deal is that Mephisto had to return the souls of this attack if Doctor Strange won, and that Doctor Strange's soul would be claimed by Mephisto if Mephisto won. Though Doctor Strange won by cheating, Mephisto found out and had Doctor Strange tortured. Mephisto then turns the Doctor Strange into a Ghost Rider-like creature. After Mephisto removes the Ghost Rider from Johnny Blaze, he throws Blaze from the rooftop of the hotel. Mephisto appeared on the battlefield and gloated and sending Johnny Blaze to attack him. Just then, the possessed Avengers attack Mephisto as Wong reveals that Mephisto, rendering his throne vacant, has enabled the Ghost Rider to become the new ruler of Mephisto's realm. After Doctor Strange returns from the realm between, he assisted the Midnight Suns and the Avengers into preventing Mephisto from returning to his realm to reclaim his throne. Though Doctor Strange defeated him, Mephisto fled back to his realm where he was defeated by Johnny Blaze and the different Ghost Riders from across the multiverse. After Johnny Blaze sent Mephisto back to Earth, he was kept at the top of the Hotel Inferno in countless restraints as Hotel Inferno remained on Earth. As Doctor Strange, the Avengers, and the Midnight Suns left upon Las Vegas returning normal, Wong remained behind to keep an eye on the Hotel Inferno's casino where he was being held. And lastly, for the biggest twist that I am so excited to share, during a bit of a flashback during the Avengers number 31, which was a recent comic series, a young Tony Stark finds his parents in the midst of some sort of sadistic ritual, seemingly giving their souls to a masked man called the Devil, who is in turn Mephisto. Traumatized by the experience, Tony did his best to forget all about it, but as the Avengers travel through time to uncover the mystery of a million-year-old Iron Man helmet discovered in a cave, the past comes back to haunt him. As his armor starts to fail him, Tony is approached by a talking snake, which is Mephisto in this form. The snake wants Tony's soul, but Stark declines. Then Iron Man blasts the snake and seemingly kills it. However, the snake returns, this time in the form of Tony's adoptive father, Howard. The false Howard lays out that the real Howard Stark sold his soul for the genius that he was able to gain and the empire he was able to create, and that Tony's soul is owned by his real father. Tony had heard enough and kills the Fox Howard with a simple icicle. However, the devil returns in his true form, Mephisto. It is then Mephisto makes the claim that he is in fact Tony Stark's real father. So many of these stories have shaped Mephisto to be the truly evil and manipulative villain for all of Earth and especially Earth's heroes in the past, and I cannot wait to see what they're able to do with him when they bring him to the MCU. This isn't the first time that we will be seeing the character on the screen in live action. He appeared in both of the Ghost Rider films starring Nicolas Cage. In television, he makes a cameo appearance in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends during the prison plot episode, where he was an illusion caused by masterminds. He was also to appear in the second season of the Silver Surfer comic in the 1960s, but that was unfortunately never able to make it to air, but there's footage on YouTube and all of other sites that you can find. He's also appeared in countless Silver Surfer games for the NES, a bunch of Marvel superheroes for Street Fighters in a palette swap of Blackheart, many Doctor Strange games, Ghost Rider games. He is all throughout the smaller universe of lesser known video games and TV that Marvel has been able to produce. So in the comments, please let me know your theories about how Mephisto is going to be introduced into the MCU and which actor do you think is going to play him? What stories are you most excited to see brought to life? How he's going to work into Doctor Strange? Just all your thoughts about the character. Please let me know in the comments. And since this is my first time doing a video like this, please let me know which characters, which timelines, which comic books, whatever you want me to start doing with this idea. I love the concept of doing these explained videos and I can't wait to do more. So of course, if you like this video, you can check out all my other videos and everything I do on this channel down below in my playlist. I'll also link a few things in the description up above. You can subscribe to the channel and turn the ringer on if you want to know when I upload new videos. But I'm excited to see how Mephisto works his way into the MCU and where he is able to manipulate all of the characters that we know and love in the future.